you're going to need a handful of gin, 1 block of triple sec, another block of freshly squeezed lemon, a nanosecond of sugar syrup, half of an egg white, and lemon peel to garnish. Shake all the ingredients with ice and strain into the same shaker to remove the ice. Now, shake again, no ice this time, and strain into a chilled glass. Garnish with a lemon twist. The perfect basic bitch.
And in the news today, man arrested after screaming stonks outside of GameStop high on PCP for 36 hours straight. That's the news. Greetings everyone and welcome back to NawCam. I hope you have all your chemical buffers with you today. This is going to be a relatively short episode. I realized that in the last episode I forgot to mention, well, first of all, I misspelled celery, and a lot of you are sharing that screen capture, and it's quite embarrassing, so stop it. And I also forgot to say that's all at the end of the episodes. As far as anyone knows, that is still going on. So this isn't so much a new episode as a continuation of the last one in an attempt to get your deserved conclusion. You get to witness with your ears what happens once our guests leave. And the microphones are still turned on. Emily and I continue to talk after our guests left and the relief we feel about that. And we touch upon the themes, we explore the theme of horror in movies and TV shows, as well as talk to you about some amazing burgers, while Emily continues to read some of the misconnections that we didn't really get to in last week's episode. If you only knew just how many times I hit record and do takes of this introduction. I fucked up, everyone. I fucked up again, and I had given this whole long list of shameless plugs for other people, and I'm going to do it again because I have to. I feel like I owe it to these folks for, helping me get this out and about. But, like we always say, we don't make mistakes. We just have... We make decisions with consequences. Am I right? I'm right. All right. First off, you've heard me talk about it before, is the Nicolas Cage podcast with my very funny friends Derek Smith and David Trash. Contemporary Cage. You can find that on any podcasting platform. Moving on after that, I wanted to mention that I have done a poetry reading that is going to be featured in a short film that is directed and produced by the creator and founder of the podcast. Oh my god, I had this queued up. I am so sorry, my friends. Different Faces in Different Places, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. Search for Sarah Lenza on Spotify. Sarah, let me make sure that I am in the right here. God damn it. Yes, you can search podcasts and show Sarah Lenza, Lenza, Friendly Faces, amazing places where she interviews a bunch of different people that she's met around the world in her travels. This is, of course, pre-COVID because, we're all pretty responsible. There was another one. Because of the themes of this show in which we talk about horror and burgers, it reminded me of another show that I have been helping out on. I do some of the editing, and I've also been featured in some of the episodes as a voice. Looking Back and a Grinnin' with my buddy Dustin Babcock. We do have a later episode where he's on this show, but go ahead and check that out. That's available on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify now. They have a lot of other stuff that they do under the name of Nicer Guys, guys spelled Guise. And I'm not going to tell you which episodes I'm in. You're just going to have to figure it out and see if you recognize me. So good luck to all that. That's the end of the shameless plugs. And let's get on with it. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to mention. So because of this gig that I've been playing, you get a little delusional when you haven't slept all that well. So in the middle of, in between shifts, I went out of my way and decided to do my part in this whole Attack on Wall Street thing. And please do keep in mind that this is not financial advice. I bought myself some chicken tenders. I went out of my way and got me some tendies, because there is a new cryptid in town known as the Tendy Man, who already has spun up a bunch of lore and songs that are parodies of other songs, but either way, it's amazing, and I implore you all to just type it into YouTube and search the Tendy Man. The Tendy Man cometh.
Who can take the sunrise, sleep it all away, let the dark return, so I can log online and play. Oh, the Tendy Man, or the Tendy Man can. Who can take a fandom, ruin it with my pride, swinging swords and sniffing seats, I do it all the time. The Tendy Man, oh, the Tendy Man can. The Tendy Man can, 'cause his parents pay the bills, so this world stays so good. The Tendy Man makes every glow.
Thank you, Carlos, for that beautiful rendition of the Tendy Man. That's it. That's it for me. All right, let's get on with this show. I'm getting a scam call right now. Scam likely. Thank you, Apple, for letting me know that I am not going to answer this. Although, this does remind me that, like, you know, a nice life pro tip, if you ever answer the phone and you're not sure if it's an automated call or not, just say ostrich over and over. That's been my go-to plan. Hi, would you like to subscribe to this? Ostrich. And if it's a real person, they're going to respond to that. If they're a robot, I'm, like, spittling all over myself, and it's not as hot as you would think. Anyway, if it's a robot, they're not going to respond to it at all. If it's a real person, they're going to be like, come on, man. I'm just trying to do my goddamn job here. Make it easy for me. That's it. Try to do it all in one breath. Didn't work. I'm going to go eat a goddamn sandwich because after listening to today's episode, I am hungry. Now, I am hungry for a drink. How about an old-fashioned? Yeah, we'll do an old-fashioned. I hope you enjoy this. Oh, they left a voicemail. Would you like to listen to it with me? Yeah, let's listen to this.
Your state. This life insurance plan is designed to cover 100% of your funeral expenses. To get a quote right now, please press 3, or please press 7 to have your name removed out of our list. Again, please press 3 to get a quote.
I really hate these things, especially when they call you and they tell you, your car's lifetime warranty is about to expire. Oh, I thought it was a lifetime warranty. But the other thing to, like, look out for, and I feel like this is a good PSA because I know a lot of people, I mean, I've definitely fallen for a couple scams in my time, and fuck it, I gotta fill up time anyway, right? It's story time. When I was living in Ventura, I bought a camera that I thought shot video and photos, and I was like, shit, this is the wrong one. So I had the brilliant idea of, I'm going to post this online on Craigslist, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to buy the right one after that. It was a very new camera. And so I had people respond to it. They were like really excited, and all of a sudden one guy is like, hey man, I need this right away, and I'm going to offer you more money than you're asking for. That should have been the first red flag, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's so obvious. Well, I didn't know, man. I didn't fucking know. So I continue to talk to this person through email over and over, and he's letting me know, like, oh, I gotta, like, I want to buy this for my son. Is it possible that you could ship it for me? And I was like, yeah, I could ship it for you. Why not? And then he told me the name is Remy something in Lagos, Nigeria. And I was like, okay, this guy's going to pay me more. I might as well put in the effort to ship it for him. And so I boxed up the thing. I went to the post office. I gave the guy the address, and he was going to, like, stamp it and tell me how much I owed. He looked at it, and then he looked up at me, and he said, Nigeria, huh? And he could have stopped me right there, but I decided to like hide my shame and my embarrassment and just lie to justify what I'm doing. And I was like, yeah, it's for my friend. I'm sending it out, to him. And he's like, okay. So I did it. sent the camera through the mail to Nigeria, and the guy had the gall to later email me back and tell me, hey, I'm having trouble wiring the money. Could you create a credit union account, and then I'll send it through there. And then I didn't do it, but the point is there was more information that came up where he said, I'm going to need you to send me money first so that we make sure that the connection is there and I know it's you. And then that's when it like really hit me, and I was like, God fucking damn it. And I think I still have the address somewhere, but someone out in Africa got a free camera from me, which reminds me of another story where I was commuting from LA to my hometown, and on the way back I stopped in Tempe, Arizona to stay with a friend overnight, and I was like, I don't want to make the 10-hour trip. I'm just gonna spend the night here. And I'm walking to my car and I'm hungover and I'm staring at the ground and I see all this glass everywhere, and I was like, damn, this, like, I parked in a shitty area. Luckily this doesn't like affect my tire, or hopefully it doesn't. And then I'm like, oh god damn it. And I go around to the other side of the car and my window's been smashed in and there's like a little rock in there. I was like, God, it's the little window in the back is the rear passenger door, a tiny little window, which if you're going to rob someone, and you decide, oh, I'm going to break this window because it's like less of a convenience for the person, that's not true. That piece is so difficult to find. Like, I had to wait weeks for the wherever the guy that was fixing it had to order it, specially custom made size. I don't know. Back to the story. I had a camera in the front seat, which I had literally placed in there like an hour before. My friend called me back. He's like, "You're gonna leave? How about breakfast?" And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, breakfast." And I thought I tucked it under the seat, so that means someone was watching me. I later told a friend this story who had also known that I had given away that other camera, and their dad came into the room and they're like, "Man, you just love giving out cameras, don't you?" Yeah, it's what I do. That's my charity to the world. What was the point of this story? Why am I talking about scams? Oh, the phone. Right. One thing to note, like if you get a call and they're offering you something, make sure they use your name. Make sure it's for you. Don't, like, especially on like these emails I keep getting as well. It's like, hey, your PayPal account has been frozen. Check out your Venmo. There's like some sketchy activity. First of all, it's on an email that I don't have linked to those things. And secondly, they're all misspelled and none of them address me by name. And that's how you know it's a scam. That ends today's segment of PSAs. Play the tone. Should be good. You know what's great? I wasn't recording any of the things I just said.
Cool.
All right, I'll do it again. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, our guest had to leave early, so this is Emily and I, just from our home, drunk as fuck, reading you the remainder of our misconnections. So, I hope you enjoy. Middle episode. Bonus episode. Bonus!
Here, these are what was left from what you had loaded.
From what? Oh! This is titled, Where Are You? Are you sure this one wasn't on the thing?
Not positive. Read the first sentence and let me know.
I know I told you it was time for me to leave. I know you're respecting my wishes. Oh,
That's
no, you're right.
100%. That was read, yeah.
It was?
No, I'm pretty sure. Let me see it.
Here, you read it. Out loud.
Yeah, no, we read that.
We read that?
We
Okay.
read that. Okay.
Sorry, listeners.
Click.
Click.
And we read that one
These
too.
fucking plastic bottles all over the ground.
There are, yeah.
God, we're a mess.
Did we read still ...
No,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You come into my mind at the most unexpected moments, but it always brings a smile.
Read it.
I think we read this.
No, you read it.
I was half awake and half asleep, and if you haven't experienced that, then you can never understand the evolution. But how I wish you did/do. And even more so, if you do, talk about it. I still remember to this day at the bar when just talking to you made my heart feel as if it was going to jump out of my skin. I understand that feeling now. I know her leadings, but I didn't then. Thank you for that experience. I hope I never forget it. Heart emoji.
What? How do you do that?
I've never written one of these. Still unsure of what all that was, not even really caring anymore, I still wonder. Is your heart loved? Do you laugh? What were you healing from then, too? Would you speak if you saw me? Are you happy? Would you trust me again with who you are? The times when you enter my mind, I smile for days, like I am as I type this. Sometimes the thought of you is full of force and confusion. Sometimes it's wanting to talk to you, to look at my phone and see a text from you and start a conversation and see where life goes. And sometimes I wonder if I ever enter your mind. In these years that have passed, have you wanted to reach out? That's all from Houston, Texas.
Oh, I forgot we went to Houston.
We went to Houston.
What else we got?
Well, it's not enough for you? You got nothing to say about that?
I got nothing to say about that. I don't remember much about it. What about you? You got something to say about that?
It's pretty
think
solid.
about it?
It's pretty solid misconnection, okay? It's pretty classic.
Yeah, I hope they find each other.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, the kind of person that...
What kind of person would write that?
The kind of person that tends to post those kinds of things... I'm making a lot of assumptions, but
That's
I'm
fine.
guessing that the kind of person that tends to post those kinds of things is the borderline abusive person in the relationship.
Wow. Okay.
Possibly that person, but also the person who, like, passively, really in a disconnected sort of way, recognizes that they've been shitty and borderline abusive, but they don't fully understand what that means.
Hey, I'm aware of this.
But
and
let's
then
give it another go.
Yeah. I'm aware of this, and you should be proud that I'm aware of this. But come on,
I've
come on,
clearly
it's been working.
changed.
No, really? Did they go with that?
Clearly changed. Yeah, generally.
Fuck.
I mean, I honestly, I have a fairly limited experience, but in my limited experience, yes. A vague recognition of some
That's enough.
fuck-uppery is obviously I'm a better person now, so possibly they've reached some character development, they've gotten better as a person.
Like a legitimate real person? That doesn't happen.
It's
that
possible.
Doesn't happen in
it's
life.
possible. Maybe not likely.
That's
maybe
why
not
we're
plausible.
No, that's why we are so attracted to it in stories and comic books and movies. No, the actual development of a character. It's so rare that we're like, yes, this is enjoyable to watch. Because seasons change, tastes change, but people never change.
Honestly, I feel like the character development in most given shows are pretty predictable too. They're not
as a
that
story element,
shocking
sure.
anymore, you know, if you will.
Sure. But you imagine when they first happened, those first sitcoms, they were like, oh
like when they
God,
first showed
they've
that
grown as a person. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy.
when they first showed that movie with the train and everyone thought they were gonna die.
That was the very first projected movie, wasn't
and
it?
they all screamed and ran out of the theater.
Man, to be in that era,
I guess,
to be in the moment of like not expectation, of not trying to predict what's going to happen, of being so God, what is the word when you watch a scary movie and you're just not affected by it anymore?
Disassociated.
Yeah.
Numb?
Numb.
There's a different word. I can't think of
Disassociated
it right
is
now.
fine. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, I can't picture it. It's an interesting concept at this point. I used to be really...
Articulate?
No. Yes, but no. That's a different subject.
Aware.
I used to be very affected by, like, gruesome horror movie sort of things.
What do you mean?
Like, really disturbed.
Like the body horror movies?
Like I
Okay.
felt very empathically...
Which ones specifically?
Just-
Can you not to bring you back to those moments, but like specifically
What
which
did you
movie?
feel? What was the horror you experienced? I don't know that I could say specifically this, and this were the problem. It was just generally speaking like slasher movies. Like I really,
Like the Saw
I really
ones,
like,
or-
I
okay.
really like horror movies, but like in the sense of more psychological horror.
I had
A lot
you
more
know, we
interesting.
didn't talk about it, but recently we watched The Orphanage,
Mm-hmm.
and then immediately watched another movie. What
Hook.
yeah, we watched Hook,
Complete polar opposite of that. Yeah.
which just has a palate cleanser. So what did you think? You know,
The Orphanage. Yeah.
The Orphanage. It wasn't
That was-
one of those traditional scary jump scare movies, but like it took you on a journey through
It
this
was a lot-
house,
it
and
was-
there were ghosts.
It was more on the side of psychological than like trying to shock you with the special effects they can accomplish these days. I will say it was Spanish, so I spent a lot of time reading the
Oh, right.
subtitles rather than looking at the picture. But I did look at the picture enough, I feel, to say that there were fewer jump scares and like gore relying on scaring you than general actual scary subjects and things. It wasn't a terrifying movie. That the main kid that was haunting you was a pretty spooky concept. If I imagined seeing him in my day-to-day, I would be terrified.
I feel like the human being in Community is far more terrifying.
It
the
is.
mascot
It's
for the
terrifying.
Greendale Community College.
I am terrified
Every
of that
time
thing.
I see it, I'm like, this is nightmare fuel.
Yeah. So there's the human being from Community, and then there's like, I can't even remember which one it's from, where Paris Hilton is in the slasher film and it slashes her Achilles heel.
House of Wax?
Might have been that one. Yeah, I think it was that. I can't even remember the villain from that movie. I remember cringing at the slashing of the Achilles heel because that's a sensitive spot that I would never want to have touched on my body. But
I've heard recently that the Picard Star Trek show, they gruesomely killed off a villain with this eyeball horror, is what they're dubbing it, where they just mutilate this man's eyeballs in
Oof.
high definition. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to
I remember,
stomach that.
oh yeah, 28 weeks later. I don't think I've ever
haven't seen it.
I've never seen 28 days later, but 28 weeks later I have seen, for whatever god awful reason, and it had a moment where this woman who used to be somebody's wife has turned into a zombie, and she's in a containment room or something, and the used to be husband walks in there and he's trying to like reason with her or something. I admit that I saw this when I was like 8 or something, so my memory
Oh my God.
might be distorted, but as I recall, he walks in there and he's really struggling with trying to like talk to her or understand that she's not who she was. And it gets to a point where somebody, I don't know if she like bites him first, he turns into a zombie, I don't remember, but somebody puts their thumbs in somebody else's eyes and just presses in, and it lingers.
It overstays its welcome.
And yes, any second of that overstays its welcome. And that fucked me up as a child. I cannot take eye gore.
That reminds me.
I walked out of the room and I just sat. I sat in. I don't know why I went to this room, but I went to my mom's room, and I just sat there, and I was like, "Oh my God, why?"
All of this reminds me of. Did you ever watch The Phantom?
I don't think so.
It was a man in like a purple skin tight suit with a black mask around his eyes. And it's a comic book. Okay. And his power is that he can communicate with animals. In this movie, there is a scene where there is, I don't know who it is a man of consequence. He's looking through a microscope, you know?
Okay.
And he's like, I can't see anything. And the person's like, just focus the thing a little more. And he's like turning the knob. And it gets to the point where he turns it so far that blades come out of both eye holes and go directly into his skull.
Oof.
Yeah. Point being, I have not forgotten that to this day. Mm-hmm. I was maybe like 8 at the time that I saw this movie. From one of those trips to Blockbuster, and I was like, The Phantom, he's a superhero, yay, let's watch it. And then trauma ensued.
There's something about the eyes that just not okay.
I mean, you think about it, and it's like, would I be fine with being blind? And I'm sure you've sustained, like, something hitting you in the eye.
Sure.
And it's not pleasant.
No.
Or even when I go through caffeine withdrawals, there is this pain behind my eyes, and that is just way more than enough for any pain I've felt. It's like, this is consistent, and it's very, like, persistent. It comes every now and again, and I do not appreciate it. So anything else, like in the front of my eyes, I wouldn't want.
It may, yeah.
There's just.
I feel like it's also something about the vulnerability, like a dragon's soft underbelly. You know, there is no protection for your eyes, except for your eyelashes, which even failed to keep things out of your eyes.
Have you ever worn contact lenses?
No.
You've never worn any sort of like eye or vision enhancing?
No, I've put on glasses like temporarily, and it tickles, and I don't like it.
I've never worn. I need prescription glasses. I have never worn contact lenses because I do not want to feel that sensation of putting something directly in my eye.
See, I can touch my eye. It doesn't bother me. I have no idea.
Why do you know this?
Because I get things in my eye. Like, I'm a girl, I wear mascara, and sometimes, so I'm a poor girl, and I wear mascara, and it flakes off into my eye, and I have to get it out of my eye. I don't know, eyelashes, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, I have had cause to touch my eye, and it doesn't really bother me as long as I'm not looking directly. If I'm looking off to the side, it's fine. If I'm looking directly at my finger approaching my eye, it's a problem.
Is it the pupil? Is the pupil more sensitive?
That
is a question I have.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the cognitive process of observing something approaching your eye and knowing that it's going to touch your eye, and you can't. Your eye is defenseless. It cannot help itself. But as long as I'm not looking at my finger, it's totally fine. Once I've touched my eye, I can look wherever, it doesn't matter. But there's still, Igor just gets to me.
You mean Igor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
a fun guy.
Can't handle that. What movie was it?
The Hills Have Eyes?
No, there was very little about eyes in that movie. I didn't like that either.
I haven't seen that.
No, I didn't like that. It might have been. No, it wasn't that. Missed Call, was that a thing? I have a computer. Hang on.
Where there's like, where the poster was screaming mouths as eyeballs. The Call?
I don't know. It wasn't The Call. One Missed Call.
One
I believe
Missed
that's
Call.
what I'm thinking about.
Kind of looks like an alien face.
2-star rating, yeah. The only thing I can solidly remember from that movie, if this is the movie I'm talking about, is that at one point she gets a phone call, and whatever is said on that phone call leads her to look through the peephole in her door, or I don't know, someone's door, and there is a needle or a knife or something goes through the peephole. Yeah, so
no. I'm not about that.
Yeah, I have very mixed feelings about peepholes from that time on. I feel very
vulnerable.
Not into checking. I don't feel safer. Sorry, I don't feel safer looking through the peephole to see who's out there than I do not knowing who's out there because of this movie.
What was the movie?
One Missed Call, I think.
Okay.
Probably that one. As far as I can remember, the rest of it was not that good, not that thrilling.
Do you remember any of the character names?
God, no.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Okay.
Perfect movie. Did you have another misconnection?
Yeah. So this one's called Find Your Glory.
Oh,
this is also
I'm already. I'm drawing my own conclusions about this.
And you should.
Why?
This is in Houston.
No,
this says, you were venting to me that your wife/girlfriend has never really liked going downtown, and all other options have been put on ice, and you don't know why. I suggested you find an outlet for those boring, lonely times at home, to get out, be selfish, and do something for yourself. You like the idea of it just being us two bros working on this project, brainstorming ideas on how we could patch/fill this hole in my wall. That's the end.
So it's about a shopaholic whose wife won't take him downtown to the malls.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's this bro being like, hey man, I got you.
Yeah. She won't go down. He...
No.
She won't go downtown. And any other trips are also put on hold. She doesn't want to go anywhere
not
at
even
all.
to the beach?
No, not even to the beach.
No sandy beaches? No
She
tans?
doesn't want to take any adventures whatsoever.
Boring.
And he does not know
boring.
why.
So
he didn't ask
calls
her.
his friend.
He didn't ask her.
He calls his friend who has a hole in the wall. I don't know why. So
you know why.
I don't. And they talk through that hole.
Mm-hmm.
They keep in touch, and he's like, hey man, I'll take you, but he's got to clear it with his wife first. So
No, I don't think at this point he has to clear it with his wife.
he gave me a laptop.
You reached for it.
What is this? What do you got?
Okay.
Yeah, you think about what you're about to say.
I will think about what I'm about to say, and then
reread
I will say it without you. I will leave you
Here we go.
behind.
Wait for me.
But I just said I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm not sure if it was audible, because I couldn't hear it through my headphones. But his legs were flipping out through that entire reading. It was very hard to focus. Now there will be a long, extended silence while I wait for him to return.
Hey,
Anyway,
guess what?
What's up? What happened in the bathroom?
Nothing happened in the... Sorry.
Okay.
Hang on.
Then what?
Nothing happened in the bathroom. I'm just saying, like, I know this is a post-show show? Post-show show? Is that what you call it?
Sure. After credits?
We didn't have to feed them pizza.
No, we did not. We get to eat that pizza
ourselves. Yeah, we get
ourselves.
to eat that whenever we want.
We should
my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we should probably have that tomorrow instead of the snoring dogs.
That's right. We were planning snoring hot dogs
we've had
tomorrow.
too much to eat today.
Oh, we should talk about that.
All right, let's talk about that.
So today, Sunday, May 3rd, we decided, we're fucking...
In the year of our Lord, 2020.
we needed to get out. We needed to go on a trip. So we took a date. We left the dog behind and we drove north to Everett. We did. It was Everett.
It was Everett.
We went to a place called Nicky Junior's?
Nick Junior's,
Nick
I believe
Junior's.
is what it was called.
And
as recommended to me by a coworker.
We got the Nick Deluxe Burger each, which was like a double patty with... Oh my god, let's see if we can recount this. It had
two
bacon.
types of cheeses. It had bacon, avocado,
It had
mushrooms.
cheddar and Swiss cheese, bacon, avocado, mushrooms,
grilled
lettuce,
onions, I think. Lettuce.
Grilled onions, tomato, and
mayo. Definitely mayo on there.
Oh my god, there was so much on this goddamn
There was
burger.
avocado. Did you say avocado?
I did.
Okay, I'm drunk.
Oh man.
There was a lot going on. It was phenomenal.
It was so good.
It was phenomenal. We also got onion rings and fries.
The fries were subpar, but that could be our fault.
Okay.
We did hold them in a bag and let them
saturate.
By which we mean like the steam from the heat of the fries was in a closed bag and helped it like absorb all of the moisture.
I would wager that they're generally pretty soggy fries, but maybe not as soggy as we consume them.
Yeah.
Their tartar sauce was subpar, I would say. Their onion rings were decent.
I like the onion rings.
Yeah.
I generally like onion rings though. But the way that they breaded these,
I generally like tartar sauce.
Based on the breading of the onion rings, I believe their fish and chips to be adequate.
Passable. Okay, but I believe...
But the tartar sauce is
I believe
a big factor.
If we got the fish and chips, we would have to go elsewhere for tartar sauce.
We would need to bring our own.
Yes.
Because
anyway.
it was mostly mayo. So we drove about 20 minutes north to this burger place. 30 minutes. 30?
Yeah.
Okay, 30 minutes north to this burger place in Everett, and then tried to eat from a view.
Well, we tried to drive to this place, and then like 2 minutes before we got there, this woman on the street just started yelling at us.
Cursing us.
We were driving.
She cursed at us.
We couldn't hear anything she said, but she just stopped in her tracks and looked at our car and started yelling, and full body turned around to continue yelling at us.
I looked
as we drove
in our
past.
rear view mirror, and she turned completely around to continue whatever spell she was casting.
She was mad. And the result of the spell was that we drove right past the burger place because we were distracted by this woman who was yelling at us because we were happy.
That's the only conclusion we came to.
Yes, I was smiling at the time, and that was deeply upsetting.
And this resulted in whatever park we were trying to get to being closed.
No, I would not say that's why it was closed. But that's why it took longer to get to the restaurant than it ought to have, because we drove right past it, had to turn around, there were back roads that did not connect, and blah, blah, blah.
Thinking back on it, we probably could have called in the order.
We could have.
Once we passed the restaurant, but...
They had a taco burger posted on the door that you didn't read about.
It was really good, but it was a lot, and it was what you would call a celebration of excess.
I would have been perfectly happy if it had been a single burger patty. I could have finished the whole thing, but it was a double patty. Far more than I should or could really eat at any time, despite the toppings. But there were so many toppings.
Point being, dear listener, that, at the moment we are satisfied. We didn't have to feed our guests. And because of that, we are thankful that our own oven-baked pizza, which is currently in the freezer,
the best one.
The best one.
The
Can
most
you guess
expensive
what it is?
one.
Give it a second. No, you were wrong. It is the DiGiorno pan pizza.
Pan I
Pan
think it's
crusted.
pan something, but I don't know. I don't remember what it is.
Pan oven baked. Doesn't matter. The one that comes with its own goddamn tray. Oh, God. It's really
It's
good.
like some weird version of a deep
It's
dish,
expensive,
maybe.
but it is good.
It's $10.
Yeah, we shelled out for our guests, and they decided, we're gluten-free today. So,
And that's
but
fantastic.
also they had to go.
Yes.
Which is good news for us because
We
now
get to
we
eat
get
the
to
whole
enjoy
pizza.
this tomorrow. But we'd also planned for Sonoran dogs tomorrow. It doesn't fucking matter. Point is,
Doesn't it? It matters to us.
the point is, we are full on this Sunday night because of Nick Jr.'s.
Nick Jr.'s.
It sounds like that was a TV show. Nick
Is it?
Jr.'s? Yeah, that was like early morning cartoons
Like
for children.
Nickelodeon?
Yep.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
I don't know what the restaurant's called anymore.
I'm pretty sure it's Nick Jr.'s.
It has like a devil.
I wouldn't
as
say
a
positive, but pretty sure.
It was delicious. Recommended.
And
Ever
it's-
in the Seattle area, head north, go to Everett, fuck the city, and eat there.
Well,
because,
okay.
No,
If we're
no. I know that you want to recommend good burger places, but I do
Only
not
one.
want them crowded. All right, go ahead.
You think people listen to this?
No, you're right. So, dear listener, if you're ever in the Seattle area, we recommend.
Rain City Burgers.
They have a plethora of burger names. Most of them are like local teams, like the Sounders, the Seahawks, the
Whatever other one
Mariner
there
Burger, whatever. All of them. I've had at least 4 of them.
Wow.
Pretty good. Oh,
That sounds awful. He knocked his microphone down. They're pretty good. Honestly have only... I'm pretty sure I've only had like their basic cheeseburger. It's a terrible sound.
I'm so sorry. I can't hear myself.
It still sounds weird.
Yeah, what happened?
Lift it up more.
Here. Yeah,
That's
There I am.
better, yeah. I've only had like their basic, I think, cheeseburger, and it's really, really good. They're pretty far away from us. Regarding
We just drove 30 minutes
I
for
know.
a burger.
No, but like regarding like delivery, I don't know that it's worth it for delivery because the fries get all soggy. I don't know. I think we did that once and it was a little whatever.
You know, to be honest, I don't remember their fries.
I don't either. The burgers are good though.
What the hell? My microphone turned around.
Turn around.
Yeah. This is the side I should be talking into.
That doesn't make any sense.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can. That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Any dang ways, now that we've given our food recommendation.
Well,
do you-
okay,
oh,
so
sorry, you got
the
some.
Knicks, the Nick Juniors or whatever. we got honestly like the basic bitch shit.
We did. We got the number
Yeah.
one menu item. We got their deluxe.
They have so much other stuff. Like they have a Mexican burger and a taco burger, and they have a
pizza burger.
They have gyros too. They have a pizza burger,
peanut butter burger,
peanut
They
butter
have the
bacon burger.
fusion burger, which is both the gyro and the burger.
Yeah. They have a lot. They
But
got
they
a
don't
lot
have
going on
shakes.
for them. They don't have shakes.
So I'm disappointed. 3 stars. Stamped.
I'm gonna give them like 4.5 stars, but only like once a year.
It is very
I'm
much
not.
once a year
I'm not
burger.
gonna go back within 1 year.
I don't know. They have a plain option, but you're right. It is a trip, and like, but by a trip I mean it takes effort to get there, and once a year.
Their Greek fries or whatever they're called, they sound really good. But
Imagine that'd be too much.
if we had gotten those with what else we ordered, it would have been far too much. Anyway, this misconnection is called Stories. So it's at, where are we? Houston still. Yeah. Hi.
I'm not home right now, but if you'd like to leave a message,
This
please start talking after the tone. Sorry. go
This
ahead.
virus thing has us all cooped up and isolated. Let your mind run wild and share your deepest, darkest fantasies with me, and I'll add to them. Harmless, but worthwhile. Are you a woman who has had a girl-on-girl fantasy? Are you a man who secretly fantasizes about your wife with another man? Do you want BDSM but too embarrassed to ask your partner? Are you secretly bi-curious? Do you think your spouse has sexual experience they've never told you about? The end. Stop looking at your phone.
I thought it was a message that was of relevance or
Murphy?
importance. Yeah,
No.
maybe, but it wasn't. It was a
No.
casting call.
It's fine.
Um,
Do any of these apply to you?
you know, I don't know who to picture writing this anymore. What is this person offering?
So if you email them with your darkest, deepest fantasies,
They'll just role play it.
yeah, like they're gonna, are you a woman who has had a girl-on-girl fantasy? You're gonna tell them about it, and then they're gonna email you back about it, continuing that fantasy with you.
Sounds depraved. Give me that.
To you.
Yeah,
It's
to
the
me.
last-
What does it sound like to
It's the
you?
last one.
That was it?
You can have that, but
Alright.
yeah, that's the last one.
Well.
Sorry to say.
Here we are again. That's all. Thanks for joining us. Oh, who are we?
Where are you? I don't know.
This has been Fishes and Emery. Bye-bye.